And here also there's 2 empty seats. So if you meet someone and you can go, Jai, or you go, Jai, then even if you don't like that person, you start liking that person because he greets you so, so enthusiastically. You think, oh, he really likes me. So we are the same, like, we have the same feelings like Krishna. Krishna, we all want affection, and Krishna also wants affection. And he created us to give pleasure to him. So you can sit back, or you can go, and you can put really your energy in it. And the more energy you put in the holy name, the more you get out of it. So now we start with the Bhagavad Gita. So we do chant Jai Radha Madhava a little bit, yeah. Still empty seats here. Please come forward. Don't be shy. Normally in the theater, the seats in the front are very expensive, but here they are for free. You can sit there for free. Normally they 50 euro, aber jetzt ist es umsonst. Okay.
Hare Krishna, ich wollte nur alle seid herzlich willkommen. Ich wollte nur kurz unseren Gast vorstellen. Das ist der Paravidha Prabhu. Der kommt ursprünglich aus Holland, Amsterdam. Der praktiziert Krishna-Bewusstsein, also der ist in der Bewegung schon über 50 Jahre. Also die meisten wurden noch nicht geboren hier, weil jeder hat schon praktiziert. Das ist der Schüler von Srila Prabhupada, der Fondatscheider von unserer Bewegung. Ja, und der Paravidha Prabhu hat sein Hobby, oder das ist nicht das Hobby, sondern sein Leben sozusagen. Der macht gerne Musik und der hat das als Musiker, der hat ganz viele Musical gemacht in Krishna-Bewusstsein, im Thema von Krishna-Bewusstsein. Und das können wir, wenn jemand das will, das gibt vorne bei der Decke, kann man das holen als CD oder als Sticker. Hare Krishna Prabhu, herzlich willkommen, Paravidha Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Haribol. Dankeschön. Ist jemand hier für die erste Mal hier? Nein, ne? Alle bekannt. It's a small chair. Ja, Haribol. Hare Krishna. Blumen. Man sagt, dass mit Blumen you show your love, no? Like a girl, a boy comes to a girl, brings some flowers to Peter, like that. So Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita says, Patram puspam phalam toyam. If you offer me with love and devotion, a flower, a fruit, some water, a leaf, then I will accept it. It's the love that Krishna is craving for, just like we are craving for love. Yeah, we all want to be loved. But in the material world, the love is, it's different than in the spiritual world. Because the love, it's more for, to please our senses. And in the spiritual world, it's to please the Lord's senses. Like that. That's the difference. So like that. So as a devotee, if you do devotional service, then sometimes you have to do something which is not really what you like to do. But you have to do it in order to serve the Lord and the devotees, the temple, like that. So Krishna consciousness is, Prabhupada said, Krishna consciousness is chanting, dancing and feasting. Very simple. And everything else is welcome, what you do more. But if you just chant and dance and and take prasadam, then gradually you become purified and you want to do more for Krishna. So we're going to chant a little Paravidha Madhava. Is it not too loud? No? No? Okay. Jaya Jaya Sutara Sati Sisima, Divine Loving Grace, Lazy Bhakti Swami, Srila Prabhupada Ki, ISKCON Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai, Ananti Koti Vaisyavinda Ki Jai, Namacharya Srila Harira Sakuru Ki Jai, Prem Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadara, Sivasari Gaura Bhaktivinda Ki Jai, Sri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shyam Kuntarada Kungiri Govardhana Ki, Sri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai, Sri Navadvip Dham Ki Jai, Sri Dvarka Dham Ki Jai, Harinam Sankirtan Ki, Sunday Love Feast Ki, Gaura Premanande. All glories to the Son of the Body. All glories to the Son of the Body. All glories to the Son of the Body. All glories to the Lord Jesus. Sri Sri Guru Gauranga Jai Srila Prabhupada. Yeah. I told you I could have done it in the temple room. You might wonder why it's so few people here.
Welke slogan moet je hebben?
Dat weet ik nog niet. Dat zie ik zo. Ik zelf zometeen. It's because they know I was coming. Because they know I was coming, so no one comes. No. Everyone is in Gauradesh, or many devotees are in Gauradesh for the Gauradesh mellows. So there's kirtan there. So, please give me a number below 20. Anyone, a number? Ein Nummer? Unter 20. Huh? 10. 10? Hast du 10 gesagt? 20. Okay, under 18. Unter 18. 15. And nog one more number. Under 20. Another number under 20. 18. Okay. So we read chapter 15, number 18. 15, 18. I do this because I haven't prepared it, so it's by chance. So in here will be a message for one of you, or maybe for me, to learn something. I hope. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Zo. Kan jij zo meteen die deur dicht doen? Het is een beetje koud. Ja. Oh, this is of Deutsch. Okay. It was 18, yeah? Yasma, is it on the board? Yasma. No, 15, verse 18.
Ik schrijf in Engels.
No, yeah, it's okay. Are there people who don't understand German here? Everyone speaks German? Okay. Is it there? 15? Oh, it's just verse 18. Yasmat ksaram atitoham aksarat apichotama atosmi loke vedecha pratita purushottamaha. Ja? Yasmat ksaram atitoham.
Yasmat Ksaram Atitoham.
Aksharat apichotamaha.
Aksharat Apitokamaha.
Atosmi loke vedecha.
Atosmi loke vedecha.
Pratita purushottamaha.
Pratita Purushottamaha.
Anyone?
Yasmat Ksharam Atitoham.
Yasmat ksaram atitoham.
Aksharadapi Chottama.
Aksharat apichotamaha.
Atosmi loke vedecha.
Atosmi loke vedecha.
Pratita Purushottama.
Pratita purushottamaha. Anyone else?
Yasmat Ksaram Atitoham.
Yasmat ksaram atitoham.
Aksarat Apichotamaha.
Aksharat
Apichotamaha.
Atosmi Loke Vedecha.
Atosmi loke vedecha.
Pratita Purushottamaha.
Pratita purushottamaha.
Aksarat Atitoham.
Yasmat ksaram atitoham.
Aksarat
Akshara Chotamaha. Atosmi loke vedecha. Pratishta Purushotama. Weißt du das? Yasmaksharam atitoham. Yasmat, weil, Xaram, zu den Wählbaren, Atita, transzendental, Aham, ich bin, Aksara, jenseits der Unfehlbaren, Api, auch, Cha, und, Uttama, der Beste, Atta, deshalb, Asmi, ich bin, Loke, in der Welt, Vede, in der vedischen Literatur, Cha, und, Pratita, berühmt, Purushottama, als die höchste Persönlichkeit. Weil ich transzendental bin zu den Fehlbaren und Unfehlbaren und weil ich der Größte bin, bin ich sowohl in der Welt als auch in den Veden als die höchste Person berühmt. Weil ich transzendental bin, bitte, wiederhole, weil ich transzendental bin zu den Fehlbaren und Unfehlbaren. Und weil ich der Größte bin, bin ich sowohl in der Welt als auch in den Veden als die höchste Person berühmt. Erläuterung, zu Srila Prabhupada. Niemand kann die höchste Persönlichkeit Gottes, Krishna, übertreffen. Weder die bedingte Seele, noch die befreite Seele. Folglich ist er die größte aller Persönlichkeiten. Aus diesem Vers geht nun eindeutig hervor, dass die Lebewesen und die höchste Persönlichkeit Gottes Individuen sind. Der Unterschied zwischen ihnen besteht darin, dass die Lebewesen sowohl im bedingten als auch im befreien Zustand die unermesslichen Energien der höchsten Persönlichkeit Gottes niemals quantitativ übertreffen können. Es ist falsch anzunehmen, der höchste Herr und die Lebewesen befinden sich auf der gleichen Ebene oder seien in jeder Hinsicht gleich. Was ihre Persönlichkeit betrifft, so muss man immer zwischen ihren übergeordneten und untergeordneten Stellung unterscheiden. Das Wort Uttama ist hier von großer Bedeutung. Niemand kann die höchste Persönlichkeit Gottes übertreffen. Das Wort Loke bedeutet in den Purusha Agama, den Smriti-Schriften, im Rukti-Wörterbuch wird bestätigt, Lokyate Vedarto Nena. Der Sinn der Veden wird von den Smriti-Schriften erklärt. Der höchste Herr wird in seinem lokalisierten Paramatma-Aspekt ebenfalls direkt in den Veden beschrieben. Der folgende Vers erscheint in den Veden Chandogya Upanishad Tavat Isha Samprasado Smach Charitat Samutaya Param Jyoti Rupam Sampadya Svena Rupane Bhyani Padyate Sautama Purusha. Wenn die Überseele aus dem Körper kommt, geht sie in das unpersönliche Brahma Jyoti ein. Dann behält sie in ihrer Form ihre spirituelle Identität bei. Dieser Höchste wird als die höchste Persönlichkeit bezeichnet. Dies bedeutet, dass die höchste Persönlichkeit ihre spirituelle Ausstrahlung aussendet und verbreitet, die die höchste Quelle alles Lichts darstellt. Diese höchste Persönlichkeit hat auch einen lokalisierten Aspekt, den Paramatma. In seiner Inkarnation als Vyasadeva, der Sohn Satyavati und Parasaras, erklärt das vedische Vision. Om Agyanati Varandasha Gyanam Jana Salakaya Chakshurmiritam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Svayam Rupagatam Dadati Svagadatikam Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadara Shivasari Gaur Bhaktavinda Tapta Kanchana Gauranga Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrissavana Sutidevi Prane Hari Priye He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dino Bandha Jagatpate Gopisha Gopaka Kanta Radha Kanta Namaste Hare Krishna. So, Hare Krishna, welcome everyone. Willkommen. So, this verse, I will read the verse again. Weil ich transzendental bin zu den Fehlbaren und Unfehlbaren und weil ich der Größte bin, bin ich sowohl in der Welt als auch in den Veden als die höchste Person berühmt. So, Srila Prabhupada, I continue in English. So, Srila Prabhupada said there are three ways of realizing the Lord in different aspects. And the comparison is given, I don't know if it was given by Prabhupada or by someone else, but imagine you live in a village and for the first time a train arrives in the village. You have never seen a train, you don't know how it will look like. So you heard there is a train coming. So everyone goes to the Bahnhof, to the station, and they're waiting there. And then they suddenly, look, a light. You know, they say, ein Licht. And then some of those people standing there, they have to go home, maybe to cook or to work, whatever. So, and they meet other people. And they said, and did you see the train? Oh yes, it was a light. Wunderbar. Wirklich, ja. Ein Light, ganz hell. So, aber es sind andere Leute, sind other people who stay on the station. And then the train comes closer and then they see it's black. You know, it's moving and it's black. With two lights in the front. And then they have to go home, some of them, and they tell them to them, and they say, how did the train look like? Oh, it was black and it was moving with two lights in the front, and there was steam coming out. And so then, those who stayed till the train arrived, they saw that actually there was a driver in the train, and there were people, passengers coming out of the train. And so it's compared that the persons who just saw the light, they have just a partial realization of the train. And the one who stayed till the end, they have a complete description of the train. So in the same way, you can, for instance, you can Unterschied, how do you say that in English? Of course, English. Differentiate people in two classes. One is called materialist and one is called spiritualist. So the ones who are called materialist, it's not necessarily that they are, into material things, but spiritually speaking, how is a materialist described? Anyone can tell me? Kan jemand mir sagen, was ein Materialist according to the Vedas ist? Nein? So, ein Materialist ist jemand, der denkt, dass Materie ist. He thinks that he's matter. So that at the time of death, it's finished. This is the end of his life. He's just dust. You know, they say, it's dust and then I'm gone. So that's what's called a materialist, not someone who is very, very rich. So a spiritualist feels or realizes that he's not this body, that he's not matter, that he's something inside. And those spiritualists you can divide in two groups, the personalist and impersonalist. So the impersonalists think that we are energy or light. And then when we die, we just merge in the totality of light, of energy. And the personalists, they realize that I'm an individual, you're an individual, God is an individual, we're all individuals, and when we die, we keep our individuality. Just like now you are different than me, you have a different taste, you look different, etc. So spiritually we're also not the same. We don't all look like this and we walk like this. It's all individual, like that. So it's described here that Krishna, if you see a sage, you know, a picture of Jesus or Buddha, then you see it like this around him. Huh? It's called an aura. So if someone is very spiritually advanced, they beam light. I'm a little shiny, but I put oil on my face. I have a dry skin. It's not because I'm pure, it's just I have a dry skin and I don't want to have wrinkles. So if you aura, you know, you beam light, so that's an effulgence. So Krishna, there is like, sometimes if someone sees God, then it's like, you can't see it, it's so effulgent. It's effulgence is so strong. And so those who think that they energy, light, so they enter the aura of effulgence. So all these little things, they are spirit souls. No body, they're just a little bit of light. So when before I became a Hare Krishna, at one point in my life, sometimes you become a devotee because Krishna takes away everything, and sometimes he gives you everything. So I was given everything at age 22, what I wanted, desired when I was 19 and 20. Yeah, it was handed in a platter, but I was still not satisfied. So that's why I was wondering, what is life all about? So then I started reading books, religion, philosophy, and so I ended up with the book of Buddha. And then Buddha, he was a prince, rich, good looking, happily married, healthy, and at one point he saw an old person, I think. He realized, I'm gonna die. And I also was thinking, I saw a wrinkle, I thought, oh, my youth is over, I'm gonna die one day, you know. What is life all about? You know, like that. So then I read the book of Buddha, and I was very, very like, I'm gonna find out now, very curious, you know, I wanted to read the book in one go. So then I came to the conclusion that nirvana is that we're all just energy. And then I thought, how can I, who like to have conversations, to dance, to make jokes, to you know, to have fun, how can I be just okay? If you don't have a body, you don't have disease, you don't get sick, so there's no pain. There you don't have to work, you know, you just so you know, no horrible neighbors, just so I found that very unappealing, uninteresting, and I became very depressed. Because I thought, is that it? Am I just energy? So then I came in contact by the Krishna's mercy with the devotees. So Peter Pavel explained that we are by nature, we are active. So for those who merge into the Lord's Brahmajyoti and into his effulgence, after maybe thousands or maybe millions of years, they want to have some action. And then they go back to the earthly planet through the rain. And then they go to the cycle again to the human beings. So for those, you know, who are here, in generally, not always, but in generally, we are personalists. We believe I'm an individual, you are an individual, God is God, He's always the biggest and we are always the smallest, and I'm created to give Him pleasure, and if I give Him pleasure, I feel pleasure. If I go outside and I go to the pub, I have a drink, I have a cigarette, I try to please myself, my body, yeah? But afterwards, I have smoking, drinking, so there's always an after effect to sense enjoyment. Spiritual life, and it costs money. It costs money, it takes your health away, like that. Spiritual life, you come to the temple, you afterwards you feel purified. You don't have a headache, you're not, maybe if there's too much incense, maybe, but in generally, you know, you feel better afterwards. And in the material life, it's opposite. You know, you think you're enjoying, but afterwards there's suffering, like that. Does that make sense? Do you agree with that? Can I see your head nodding? If not, go away. Go and try in the pub next door. Any questions? Any questions about what I've said, which isn't clear, wasn't clear? Don't be shy. Yes, there, the brahmachari in the back. You have to be loud.
What is this the persons who don't believe anything?
I can't hear you. You have to come closer.
What is with the persons who don't believe in anything?
I can't hear. I'm a little deaf, and this is so loud, so you have to come closer. Or speak very loud.
I try to speak loud. What is with the persons who don't believe in spiritual things? What happened with them? Is
there any concept for them?
No, they have to take birth again. Till they realize if you don't believe in God, then you die, and then whatever you'll be doing in this life, you get a body accordingly. Is it 3 o'clock the RT, or what time is the RT? 3:30? Okay, so we have a half hour more. Okay. Not too many questions, many questions. So, yes. So I'm now 74. And if you live in a street, you see, you know, people disappear. They move or they die. You know, my neighbor where I was living on the first floor, he died. So now 2 young girls are there. And, you know, devotees are dying. And you see more and more. When I was a young devotee, 23, so many of my contemporary God brothers, you know, they are gone. And that is the most wonderful thing in this world, is that although everyone around us is dying, we don't really think that we can die. Although we know it, but how can I die? How can I stop living? And that's because we are eternal. We are ewig. And so because in this world, so people are dying every day. So this movie star died, the king died, and the minister died, and the sportsman died. Everyone is dying, but then there's new people coming. So in this way, there's young people, babies born. So this way life continues, and most people, they don't think, oh, you know, everyone is dying around me. So that is the most amazing thing in this world, that although everyone dies around you, most people think it won't happen to me. Like that. Because, you know, just like we changed, one time we were all like you, your age, you know, I remember when I was your age, and I remember when I was your age, and like that. And I'm the same person. But, you know, my body is changing and, you know, getting older and not so loose anymore. But I'm the same person because I remembered when I was your age or your age, like that. And like that. But most people who are my age, if they're not spiritually inclined, they have nothing to look forward to. They only have when they were young, or if they have children or their grandchildren, that's the only thing which gives them pleasure. But for themselves, they have not really looking forward, so they sit in front of the window and watching the world go by. Behind the geraniums, like that. Other question? Loud, please, yeah? There's no mic which you can pass around? No, you don't have that yet. It's a portable mic.
Angenehmen, wir kämpfen mit unseren Wünschen und unserer Angst. Ich rede jetzt über den spirituellen und materiellen Menschen. Wenn wir uns befreien und eine Selbstkontrolle über unsere Angst und unsere Wünsche, wenn das ausgeglichen ist, werden wir nicht spirituell.
I don't really.
If I understood right, if we
clear.
If
Yeah.
we will be able, to take under control our fear and our desires, won't we be then considered as spiritual people?
if we are able to control our fear,
Did I understand right?
our Angst und unsere
Wünsche.
Wünsche, dann bist du spirituell high advanced.
Richtig? Haben wir richtig verstanden?
Dann, wenn du
Weil dann
ein spiritueller Person, das sagt in der Bhagavad Gita, he doesn't lament, er klagt nicht und er verlangt nichts. Er ist glücklich, ohne etwas. Dann bist du so. Aber higher than that is that if you just engage in service to God, yeah, so that you use your body to either do service, cooking, cleaning the temple, chanting his names, decorating the altar, like that. Because just to be, what is the use to God if you just peaceful? Because he created you to give him pleasure. So it's nice if you are okay, but what do you do for God? So the whole purpose is to serve him ultimately like 24 hours a day. So like some of you come once a week to the temple, you know, like that. And others, they come every day. And some live in the temple. So there's a difference. There's a difference of devotion to God, you know, like that. And so Krishna, he created us to give him pleasure. And we don't know until we are enlightened, a pure devotee, what he created us for, what kind of pleasure he was for. So one time, I was always thinking that I was a human being in the spiritual world. You know, because in the spiritual world, also the trees, the animals, they're all conscious. Here, in the material world, only the human beings wonder from what is life all about, or they can have conversations, you know, like that. In the animal and the trees, they don't wonder what is life all about. But in the spiritual world, those living entities who have the form of a cow or a tree, they are fully conscious. And trees can even walk. So they see Krishna on the move. So, what I want to say, yeah. So one time I was sitting on my couch at home, and then I saw a bumblebee. Yeah, you know what a bumblebee is in German? Wie heißt das?
Hummel.
Hummel? Ein Hummel. So the bumblebee was there near the flowers going. And I was saying, and this came to my mind. Could I possibly be a bumblebee? Warum? Because I'm a very active person. And the bumblebee is also very active. And then generally I'm singing, and the bumblebee is also. And I love flowers. When I walk in the street, I always look at the flowers. Not that I go like this, but just my mind, if I walk in the street, I notice every flower, which gives me joy. And the bumblebee has a sting in the back. Yeah, and I have a sting too. I'm very nice in generally, but I have a sting. If you do something which I don't like, I go like. So then I was thinking, but it is that, like Lord Balaram or Lord Krishna, you know, they wear garlands, and they have nice scent. So the bumblebee, it goes bzzz, and the breath of Krishna and Balaram, they are like like nectar, even nicer than the flowers. So like we cannot go so close to Krishna to hear, but the bumblebee can go. And Balaram won't go. he just leaves them. So then I thought, well, I don't mind to be a bumblebee, like that. So it doesn't matter what you are in the spiritual world, but it will be revealed. I don't say that I'm a bumblebee, but if I would be a bumblebee, I wouldn't mind. I always wanted to, like for instance, to wake up the Lord singing, or to make garlands or something, or entertain him, do a little play, or so, make him laugh. And it would be fun to make Krishna or God, Balaram laugh. But to be a bumblebee, I also don't mind. And is that okay, Babu? Ja? Nicht wirklich? Oder?
Naja, weil ich verstehe wenig Englisch, muss ich sagen. Aber
He
ist
doesn't
okay.
understand so much
Ich hab
English.
What?
He doesn't understand English so much.
Oh.
Aber ist okay. It's okay.
Yeah. What did he say?
What is okay?
Okay. Yes. Any other questions?
It is stated in the Shastras that there are 8,400,000 living beings, yes? Animals, human beings, plants, and so on. And we know every day someone dies, animal die, or a human being die, and so on. And this 8,400,000
species of life
living entities is fixed. Also, if someone dies, he goes to spiritual world or become a human being or a plant or so.
Yeah.
This number is fixed. This number of living beings. There are no. They can't be no more and no less. Not more and not less.
No. But does it matter?
No.
No. It is said there's, just like there's 8 million other species of life, so it's all counted for. So many kinds of flowers, so many kinds of horses, so many kinds of dogs. You see the difference. If you look outside and then you have the dogs, there's the German herder, and there's the poodle, and there's the little and there's the bulldog. So they all have their nature, but then still each, like one time I was distributing books, going door to door, so in Amsterdam. So Amsterdam, das sind Leute auf die erste, zweite und die dritte, und der hall is ganz small. The steps, and so I rang the bell on the second or the third floor, and then a dog came down. And I go, no, Mr. No. Und dann war unten, dann hat wie heißt das? Pete. He urinate. Ja, verstehst du auf Deutsch? Ja, hast du geplatzt? Und dann hatte die Frau gesagt, ach, das macht er immer, wenn er Angst hat. Er hatte Angst. Ich dachte, er konnte mir, No, he was. So if you see a fly, like sometimes you look, I have my balcony open, my door open, yes? Yeah, then a mosquito or a fly or a fly comes and they notice they are not in the air. They go back. Others they go and others go against the window. They're stupid flies. The other ones they feel the energy. Oh, that's kein Wind. So geht's zurück. So even in the animal species, there are stupid animals, stupid flies, stupid dogs, lazy. One dog is, and the other one. It's individual. We're all individual. One is sleeping. Individual. Other question? Normally you pay €50 for a performance. Another question? What I said, or maybe something about Krishna consciousness which is not clear to you? No. We have 20 more minutes. Yeah, loud and clear.
How can we serve Krishna?
How can we serve Krishna?
Yes. What is the best way to serve, to make Krishna happy?
If you please your authorities, your guru, and if they are pleased, then Krishna is also pleased. Huh? Yeah. To please Krishna is just how do you please someone? Like for instance, you all come here to the temple, and Krishna is a person like us. So he likes us to glorify him. So you're doing that, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So he's happy with that. We are glorifying him, and you're listening to his praises. He likes that, so you please him like that. But you can do other things too. You can come to the temple. This is the temple president, and you can ask him, Prabhu, I like to do some service in the temple, maybe on Saturday, on Samstag or on Sonntag. I can help, maybe cleaning the windows, or ich bin ein Technikus und wenn er hat Probleme mit das Licht, dann kann ich ihnen helfen, mit das zu machen. Oder ich bin ein Blumist und ich kann mit Blumen Vasen machen. Wieso? Und du kannst Krishna ein Gift geben. Wenn du deine Schwiegermutter, ist das Mother-in-law? Schwiegermutter besucht, dann bringst du Schokolade oder eine Blume, oder etwas, ein Geschenk. So Krishna, ihr braucht nichts, because alles belongs. What is belongs? Gehört ihm. But he needs your affection. He likes your affection. So if you come to the temple, most Indian people do that. They bring some flowers or some chapati flour or some fruit or some vegetables. So all of you, when you come to the temple, bring something. Go to the temple and bring, a pineapple or an avocado or a mango or a bunch of flowers. And by doing that, Krishna, your heart purifies you, because you give him something. The money you could buy something for yourself, but you give it to Krishna to give him a present. And just like a little child buys something very cheap to the mother and the mother or father, and he opens it and says, oh, thank you. Like that. So Krishna is that, even if you give him a diamond, it's nothing for him, But because you spend so much money for the diamond, then he will accept it with love. He thinks, very nice, very nice. But you don't need to bring a diamond, but some fruits and vegetables is very nice, and flowers. Okay, next time? Yeah, is that einverstanden? So if you want to become purified, then you have to do more than coming once a week to the temple. You have to serve. Serve with your body by helping to clean or to cook or to drive or whatever your, if you're a plumber, if you're this, then, then you tell the president, I'm this, I'm very good in this, and if you have any need, If you need someone to drive someone, then I can do that maybe. You know, you give me a call and I say, oh no, not today, but other time maybe. Yeah, like that. And in this way, you become more and more Krishna conscious. Is that clear? Does that make sense? I don't see this. I just only she does that. Is that clear? Some people go even like this. Is dat klaar? Ja. Okay, other question? We have 15 more minutes. About anything. You can ask a question about anything. Not concerned to this verse, to the book. Ja. Louder.
Ob alle, die jetzt dieser Zeit den heiligen Namen chanten, Befreiung bekommen. Jeder bekommt.
You got the question?
What
If anybody who chants the Maha Mantra in this age will receive a liberation.
It depends on the, you become purified at least, but if you go back to Godhead, it's another thing. You know, you might become a demigod. If you have material desires, but still you like to glorify Krishna, then you might go to the heavenly planets, but not to the spiritual world. So like, there's a difference. If you chant with motivation, you say, Om Jaya Jagadisha Hari, Om Jaya Jagadisha Hari, give me a nice house near the sea, Om Jaya Jagadisha Hari, Om Jaya Jagadisha Hari, let my son pass his exams. So that is motivated. Yeah, your devotion is motivated. So it has to become pure, unmotivated. There is no tinge for you there. It's just serve Krishna. Does that make sense? Yeah. Any other question? Come on. Yeah. Loud.
This time is 10,000 years where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has appeared. After that it will become very difficult. So,
Did you understand it?
So, because there's a 10,000 years like sphere where
yes.
it's golden age, and we are somehow in this period, and then it's very beneficial to chant the holy name, and then we get purified.
Okay, I think I got it. Yeah. So this is the Iron Age of Kali. So Kali Yuga. And normally, Lord Chaitanya doesn't appear. He sometimes appeared. So he appeared about 500 years ago in Bengal, and he taught the world to chant Hare Krishna. In such a yuga, the golden age, when people lived for 100,000 of years, in order to realize God, they had to go to a forest and perform hatha yoga and meditate. And even then, they didn't realize about Krishna. Even our great sages or great temples, like Prahlad Maharaj or Dhruva Maharaj taught Lord Vishnu, and Prahlad Maharaj so Lord Nrsimhadev. But there's no mentioning about Krishna. So I find it amazing that we, who are the most fallen people, that we have been given the highest knowledge of Krishna consciousness, instead of just knowing about Lord Vishnu. And that those in the golden age would have heard about Radha and Krishna because they were so qualified. Yeah? So it's amazing that we, although we are the lowest of lowest and fallen, that we have been given the most intimate, detailed knowledge of the Supreme Lord and His pastimes. And that is, you know, the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. It's also explained that the scriptures, the Mahabharata, etc., this Vyasadeva, who wrote these, yeah, Srila Vyasadeva, the author, normally in Kali Yuga, the Srila Vyasadeva, he isn't an incarnation of the Lord, but in this Yuga, he is. So also it's leaning towards devotional service, and just like the Bhagavad Gita starts, and so there's Dhritarashtra, the blind king, and he asked his advisor, what did my sons and the sons of Pandu do, being desirous to fight? And then Sanjaya, he told them, well, this happened, this one was there, and then he could relate what Arjuna was saying to Krishna, and that his eyes were, you know, with tears, and his bow was slipping from his... So he could relate that, he could see that. It's amazing, isn't it? So this power to have this, so you could see the past or the future and the present. So Vyasadeva, he knew what was going to happen in the future. You know, it explained how Kali Yuga would evolve. So there's this gold, like he said, there's this golden age, which will become more and more. It's still not happening, but at least now, when I was young, I was 14 when I wanted to become a vegetarian. But if I looked in the kitchen, on everything there was animal stuff. But now you have vegan or vegetarian, it's written down. This is useful for vegetarians, you know, or vegan. So you know this has no meat in it, no this, eggs or whatever. And when I was young, everyone was smoking. Be cool, smoke a cigarette, you know. And now on the packet of cigarette smoking is dangerous for your health, you know, like that. Drinking was okay. Now it's already, drinking alcohol it's not good for your health. They finally find out. And just like smoking is now a taboo, you have to go outside to smoke a cigarette. Our restaurant in 1975 in Holland was already non-smoking, you know, and now, and so there was an article in an Irish newspaper, in their Saturday issue. It is that, have we all become a little Hare Krishna? Have we all become a little bit of a Hare Krishna? And the reason, he said, why? Because he said, although you don't see them so much on the streets anymore, as in the 70s or 80s, because then everyone was dressed in saffron, you know, even if you just joined, you were saffron. So they were everywhere, and there were many Hare Krishnas in the 70s. Because at that time, the atmosphere was, in the early 70s, of people realizing that there was no happiness in a material career. And so they wanted to have, spiritual, you know. And it was, you know, also with sex, drugs, rock and roll, and free love, but also searching for enlightenment in the 70s, you know. So now it is not anymore. When we were chanting in the 70s in a park, then all the young people, they come and sit next to us. Now if we sit in the park and chant, people go like this. They're sipping their wine. In the old days they were smoking a joint, and now they're drinking their wine. And some people, they stop, but they don't want to sit next to us. Sometimes they sit there somewhere. It's very strange. Times are changing. So, this golden age. So he said, although you don't see the Hare Krishnas everywhere anymore, we've all, because of their books, Prabhupada's books, he didn't say Prabhupada's books, because of their, then, you know, so many people have become vegetarian and yoga, etc., etc. It's all due to the Hare Krishna movement, believe it or not, the change in the world, that people are more conscious. And in order to become Krishna conscious, you first have to be conscious. So, yeah, like that. So, which is a nice article. So this golden age, at one point, it will become, everyone will be tuned in to spiritual life. I'm not this body, and we become God conscious. And it will become, it is described in the scriptures, that it will happen, that it will be like Satya Yuga, like the golden age again. And after that period, it will deteriorate and become so horrible life that the fruit, you know, like in avocado, you have the avocado and the pit is this big in the avocado. So like if you have an apple, the pits are also like this. So there's just a little bit of apple around it. And if it, all the fruits like that. And the grains, because of the people are demonic, the grains are not growing, the flowers are not growing. So there will be at the end just meat. And at the end there will be no meat. So it is said that people will eat their own children, their own babies, because they're starving. And he said that the government charge you so many taxes that you can't live anymore in a house and you go to the forest. So that's why I say Prabhupada said, you know, don't wait, you know, use this human form of life. Try to make this your last life on this planet and go back to the spiritual world where there's no disease, no old age, no wrinkles, no bills to be paid, no job to be done, where every word is a song, where every step is a dance, and where everything is just beautiful. There's no wilting. The flowers don't get brown. Everything, every flower has a smell. And they don't grow just in springtime. You see, all the flowers of all the seasons, they grow in the spiritual world at the same time. Yes? So, who likes to go there? Only 5 people. Well, the rest of you can stay here. I've given you like a travel brochure of the spiritual world. If you still don't want to go there, then be happy here. Okay, thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gita ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Paravidha Prabhu ki jai. Vielen Dank für den wundervollen Vortrag.